Greetings, my name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller trademark training video out to you because you're watching. Thank you and welcome. It's meant for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, licensed presenters, the core new core, my patrons, and anyone interested in surviving and thriving as a Pilates instructor or student. Did you miss me yesterday? I was helping a friend on a project, and I hit the camera, something twisted like that. I lost my framing. My screw came loose that holds the phone in place on the tripod, among other things, of course, trying to stave off the immediate stab at humor. One, in the movement comes the calm. In the movement comes the calm. And by that I'm only saying that in contrology being complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit, the being, thinking, and observing out in our capacities. For me, the thinking is, and I think a lot of people, we all think so much, right? And in the movement comes the calm. So some of the calm from being overly absorbed in thinking, in the movement comes the calm, I think is where those words come from. For when I actually lay down to start my workout and found calm arriving from the movement. 2, immediate satisfaction. So I'm helping my friend on a project, and another friend that's helping my friend on the project has kids, 18 to 10, I think, something like that. And I'm talking about Gen Z and saying, well, nobody cares about Pilates anymore, was the message I got, looking for feedback that people only cared about being skinny. Okay. And what came from this father said, it's not what they want, it's what they expect. He says they expect immediate satisfaction. Like with no effort, just for showing up. And he blames it on the culture in schools where people get attendance awards or participation awards, but there are no places awarded. So be that as it may, how does this have to do with Pilates? It's because, in Deborah Robinson Colway's words, Pilates works and Pilates takes time. And in that regard, it's at odds with what the father is telling me about the younger generation just expects awards for showing up. It's like immediate gratification. And with Pilates, it isn't immediate at all. It takes an investment of time and routine, performance, the doing of it, and the regularity of it, and the degree to which, the quality to which it's done, that you reap the rewards of what is promised. And then number 3 is about a picture book. And I took, this is my upcoming Reformer picture book. And it's 108 exercises. And I was trying to decide from friends' input to go with 3 on a page in terms of pictures, or one picture per page. And knowing that the target in my head was, or that the appeal to a friend who I'm asking to evaluate it is, that of course the bigger the pictures the better, it's a picture book. But the feedback came back, interestingly enough, that 3 to 4 pictures on a page, in order to follow them sequentially without having to move from page to page, was much better than 1 page per picture. And so that I thought was good news because it made sense to me. And the higher point was not just the picture of itself, but the picture and how it related to others and where it fell in the sequence of the pictures. I think I need to make a note top to bottom. Anyway, picture book. This comes after someone requested to just take my pictures off the web and use them for free in a manual that they were making. And I said no. But in an interest to make available for a profit, for an exchange of value, instead of licensing and all of the complexity of that, to just make a picture book and let them add whatever words they want to. Some think that their words are already more important than the pictures themselves, but that's, I think, the role of good pictures is to hold up whatever words are attached to them. So, if I did it right, the order in the book matches the order of the app on Google Play. Reformer, Michael Miller Pilates. And so if you got, and it's $1, I think, or $2. I'm going to change that to like $100. And it'll probably start selling like hotcakes. Michael Miller Pilates is the preeminent brand of Pilates because it steps beyond the word of mouth represented by folklore that the culture primarily exists within and goes to an attempt to explain it for what it might be given what's written in his book. 3 things. And so those are the first 3 things. So if you have the app and we agree on value, I can just send it to a FedEx near you to be picked up. So that's my plan for delivery. We don't pay for the weight of the paper. You just go pick it up at your FedEx. There's some things to work out between the cup and the lip on that. And I'm trying not to slip, but it's been fascinating making progress on it. And if you're not on my email list, get on it. And if you can't find it at hermit.com, try michaelmillerpilates.com. And see, just know what you know. Know what you know. There's a difference between folklore and theory. Now, folklore may be all that matters, or the only kind of culture you want is the kind of culture that comes out of the human being's association to other human beings and the impressions made by them onto others. But I guess to some point, you know, buy whatever they put out in books and whatever, but don't buy Joe's own book. The Holy Grail is here, is right there. And It comes to you as an experience that can be understood and pursued and recognized, right? The diving into your effort to perform the movement, hopefully resonant to the original mat. Uniform, eccentric loading, flowing through progressive patterns of movement. That's my best attempt. That's the MMP definition of what makes Pilates Pilates. And yet, why it is that definition is because of the experience. So why comes before what, and the why about Pilates in MMP's point of view, the why is the experience, that there is one, and that you dive in pursuit of that. And always keep your mind wholly concentrated on the purpose of the exercises as you perform them. This is vitally important for you to gain the results sought. Otherwise, there would be no valid reason for your interest in contrology. Contrology is complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. If you're not wholly concentrated on the purpose of the exercises as you perform them, you don't get the results sought, and there's no other reason for your interest in contrology. So, know what you know. Have some documentation while you can get what you can, because already the whole Apple library is not online on iTunes and likely won't be in my lifetime. So do pick up the Reformer Michael Miller Pilates app on Google Play. Get a Google device. Buy the app, download the app, or back it up is what I want to say. Back it up so that if ever you want that documentation, it's there and available for you as an app. What I'm bringing out in paper and ink is a picture book of the pictures on that app, in that app. Somebody else's pictures and your notes can go a long way to you expressing your passion and sharing what you have to share and getting paid for it. But please don't take my work without permission. You live with that karma, and I wouldn't want you to have to do that. Because I know others who have, and like Billy Joel, I've been ripped off, but I'm at peace with all that. He goes on and says, I've had a good life. So, life can't live forever. Read between the lines. See behind the curtain. Add two and two. Evaluate points of view. And then add two and two. Columbus, Aretha Franklin. Direct your thinking. Geist.